Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. My name's Edison, and if you haven't already, make sure to subscribe and hit that bell icon. We are serving up new retro gaming goodness every single week. Okay, so maybe we're more like casual Friday or date night. Think of us as that brand of cereal you eat with your Sunday morning hangover because your parents, they never let you have sugar.
What's wrong with Smashmallows?
I've read the back of the box. This is so unhealthy that by the time you guys turn 13, your double chins will be touching your cankle.
Ah, the Nintendo cereal system.
Nintendo cereal system is a super part of this nutritious breakfast. Nintendo, 2 cereals in 1, wow!
Grand Theft Auto? Doom, rip and tear into breakfast? Anyway, here's the scene. Maybe you're enjoying a bowl of Grand Theft Auto. And because you're a connoisseur, you've put on Freaks and Geeks, or Firefly again, and you curse the fools who cancel these classics before they can even hit their stride.
God damn you all to hell!
Which has pretty much become the business model for streaming services these days. Nothing like a good old cancellation to drive up consumer engagement. Marketing genius. But for every good film that had a planned sequel that never got made, there's always one that got a bad one. Or two. Or three. Or where the studio hype machine gets away from itself and you have an expensive white elephant that fails to deliver. Say, Waterworld? Listen guys, Waterworld did not suck. Granted, apart from Kevin Costner's gills, it did cost an unprecedented $175 million.
Wow, Miss Keen. That's a lot of money.
But eventually, it made that money back. Go see Alyssa's cut, I'm sure you'll agree. The mid-90s also gave us gaming's Waterworld, a bombastic launch with big name star power at an astronomical price. The $700 3DO interactive multiplayer launched in the late 1993, riding the multimedia craze of the early 3D ROM era, but it never gained traction as a spear tip of the 5th generation. That honor will go to another new kid on the block, Sony. Instead, the only crown 3DO can claim is a king of cancellations, with up to 77 titles never seeing release.
They didn't keep their promise, they tricked me and I don't care anymore.
A planned follow-up, the 3DO M2, was canned, along with another 80-odd games in active development, after working prototypes were promoted at E3 in 1995, which was 2 months before Waterworld was released. Coincidence? Over the years, some beta games and demos have surfaced and the whole SDK source code for the M2 leaked in early 2022. Overall, there's been a renewed interest in this evolutionary road not traveled. A reappraisal of the 3DO with sites like Archive 3DO doing the hard work of preservation. With the 3DO cancelled before it could find its audience? I don't know, let's dip into the history. 3DO started as a brainchild of Electronics Arts founder Trip Hawkins, who founded 3DO Company in 1991. He would enlist Dave Needle and RJ Mikal of New Technologies Group, who had worked for the Amiga and were responsible for the Atari Lynx to design underlying technology. The 3DO marked the very first 32-bit console and true gaming-focused CD-based system building on accessories like the Sega CD and the Philips CD multimedia player. It was like...
If you're not playing on a 3DO system, what are you playing with?
But one of the key innovations lay in the business model. Trip Hawkins saw that for the 3DO. Instead of making their own consoles or games, 3DO would generate its revenue by licensing out its designs to various third-party manufacturers so they can produce it. That's kind of like being a mastermind and having your minions do all the work. No. We're not doing a Minions meme. Can we try something else? Oompa Loompas? No, that's even worse.
Oh. Okay.
Look, the idea was this approach offered the flexibility of hardware that gave room for upgrades and evolving features. 3DO even got wireless controllers way before that was the thing. Another point of freedom attractive to importers was the lack of any region locking. The 3DO company also purposely left the royalties to produce games for the console very small, especially compared to other platforms, counting on a low barrier of entry leading to a wave of third-party support.
Take my money.
The relatively open nature of the platform and the move away from cartridges to CDs promised a machine capable of much more than anything on the market. Obviously, the 3DO vision never came to fruition, which means, guys, we live in the universe where the 3DO died. Where the show was cancelled. But what happened? In short, the skeptics were right. The price was way too high and there was no killer app, a lack of development tools, the FMV interactive movie craze never took off, and the 3DO gained a reputation as the home of these dodgy experiments. Hey, come over to my place. I just bought a $700 console. Let's all play Family Feud together. Said no cool kid ever. Additionally, manufacturers earned money from system sales, but no royalties from games. By the time prices had dropped closer to $500, the Sega Saturn and Sony PlayStation were already entering the market with way more appeal lineups, and the 3DO was yesterday's news. The system sputtered to death in Europe and North America by 1997. The 3DO hardware rights were then sold to Samsung, and the planned follow-up as well. The 3DO M2 was sold off to Panasonic, which never saw the light of the day, beyond final prototypes. Samsung would continue to sell 3DO exclusively in South Korea into the early 1999, with the total worldwide sales amounting to about 2 million and a library of 250 odd games. This illusion had been shattered. Countless games were abandoned mid-development. A practically completed new console is permanently shelved. The world of gaming has rarely given us such a tantalizing what if. But instead of speculating, let's come back down to reality. The Panasonic 3DO featured an ARM60 32-bit 12.5 MHz RISC CPU with third-party digital video cartridges offering video CD playback. A single controller port allows for up to 8 controllers by daisy chaining them together. Coming in at 26.5 centimeters in length, 28.4 centimeters in width, and 8.9 centimeters in height. But enough geeking out over what's under the hood. Let's give this beast a test drive. Alright guys, now for the best part. We're playing 2 games for the 3DO today. The first game up is Gex. Now, fun fact about this game, this is actually the only 3DO game to surpass 1 million in sales, which will eventually lead to a $15 million franchise, which is pretty impressive. I've actually never played this game before, so I'm really excited to see. Just turn this bad boy on. Popping Gex. Let's do it. Oh yeah, straight off the bat.
It all started so simply. I had just finished my usual morning routine of nude funkercise, fired up the
graphics are really sweet. I know this is a cutscene, but it's tight.
And prepared to watch some serious tube. Little did I know.
Nice. Alright, let's skip that and get into the gameplay. Oh wow. Preview, start, options.
Let's get it on.
Let's just get right into it. Frankie and Helly. Find remote controls.
Ooh, trick or treat.
Okay, cool. So the top, left, and right doesn't do anything. A is your tongue, B is your tail, C is jump. That's it. Simple. Can I eat this guy? Oh, okay. You can only use your tail whip on that. I'm assuming the... Oh, look at that. That's really cool. Maybe I can do something with this? Oh, okay, yeah, nice. Yeah, this is actually really easy to like get acquainted with. Controls are super smooth. Oh, right when I say that, I heard myself. Oh, there's a TV. Here we go. What? Do I want to hit that? Let's try it. No, you don't want to hit the TV. Okay, I can't go up there. How do I go? Oh, okay, I see. Nice. Let's go. Do I eat the TV? What? Doesn't make sense. Why? Nice. Yeah, I don't get what the DVs are for. Oh, it's just a bomb that blows up. Okay. Oh, that's cool. Did he just say what I think he said? Who opened up a can of whoop? I thought this game was for kids. What does that say? End? Where's the remote? Okay, I guess I passed the first level, guys. Interesting game. It's really dynamic. I like how you can just, you know, like go in every direction. Level seems really big. I'm sure there's like a lot of hidden stuff in there too. Overall, I mean, I can see why this is the only 3DO game to surpass 1 million. Extremely fun, great family game, and it's easy to pick up and play. So definitely worth to try out, guys, if you haven't played this game before. Alright guys, next up we have Need for Speed. Now this is another huge franchise that got its start on the 3DO. And at the time, this is probably one of the most advanced racing game for the in-home console. So let's try it out. Need for Speed. Let me know in the comments down below if you saw the Need for Speed movie with Aaron Paul. I've never seen it. I heard the reviews were not so great, but I've always loved Aaron Paul. You know, who doesn't love Breaking Bad? Oh wow. Look at this. This is so 80s. That's hilarious. One-way ticket to the stars and a ride you won't see. One-way ticket to the stars. Well, let's get it going. Look at this. This is so funny. Oh, we're jumping right into it. Okay. Oh, this is changing views. A is, I guess this is brake. Oh, shift gears. Oh, I'm going backwards. Oh, what? Okay. There we go. Not a good start, but at least we're going forward. That's a step in the right direction. Yeah, the graphics looks pretty good for the time. Definitely a lot better than the previous racing games I played. This is a huge jump. Oh, this is when the cops chase you and you get to like outrun them or like hit them, I think. Let's see what happens if you hit someone. Controls are pretty smooth, fluid. Uh-oh. Don't drift. This is not Tokyo Drift. Oh, I see. You can't go out of bounds. It kind of stops you, so... I was thinking it's going to be more interactive than that. You can like go off the course. It doesn't show me laps. It doesn't... What is going on? Maybe this is a tutorial mode. Whoa, whoa. Oh, you see that? Threaded the needle. Nice. So the cops came catch up to me. I don't know what their point for them to be is. There's 3 cop cars that passed already. Oh, I'm flying. Oh. No. I don't know what the objective is here. Just run away from the cops? Is there an end to this? Maybe I'm supposed to take out the cop. Let's try that. Let's try to run the cop over. Eat that. Nice. I hit him. Oh, here's a checkpoint. Finally. Okay, let's see how I did. Segment, route time, top speed, average speed.
You handle cops like that, you might want to consider a career move.
I love the commentary. That's hilarious. Like guys, pretty fun game. But of course, compared to games nowadays, racing games, you can't compare. Yeah, there's a reason why the franchise is still going strong because it's such an amazing franchise. And definitely the later games are much better. As you can tell, this game is just the basic at its roots. I mean, yeah, it's really not much to it. But definitely soon, guys, we'll be playing the new Need for Speed, so stay tuned for that. And there you have it. Arcade level 3D graphics on a home console all the way back in 1993. As a piece of hardware, the 3DO has undeniable charm. And although the library was lacking, many significant games debuted on the 3DO, like Need for Speed, as we just seen, or D. After 3DO disc-based consoles became the norm and our gaming machines slowly became media boxes, like Trip Hawkins foresaw, we can stream Netflix on our Xboxes after all. Sadly, the first on the market is rarely the one that finds the mass audiences. As sometimes happens with the Trailblazers, after all of these years, 3DO is finally finding an audience because it leaves you wondering, like the best shows canceled after a single season. Alright guys, thank you for watching the video. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and hit the bell icon. I'll see you guys next week.